Time to take a look at Pokemon Home. Got through all the main games, showing my progress and everything. Home kind of connects them all together, and it's got its own set of challenges. So, let's take a look. A lot of my shinies from Scarlet are on here. Most of them. That's mostly what this is Pokemon from Scarlet and Pokemon from Pokemon Go, because I'm trying to do a separate Go living dex within Home. Before we go into those, let's see points. Not trying to do that. Notebook. Records. So here you go. You can look at this. 1,396 Pokemon deposited, 318 withdrawn, 2 traded with mobile device, 19 tasks completed, 101 days visited, 50,136 points earned. Lots of Scarlet and Violet back and forth stuff. So the challenges... Wait. Yeah, I don't think the challenges are on here. Which means I would have to show on my phone. Which I don't know how to do just yet, but I'm going to try to figure it out. Pokédex registered on Home. Guess we'll just scroll through these quickly. I think across all of the games, I've caught everything at least once. I think. Except Zamazenta. That might be the only one. And I've gotten distribution ones, but... Oh, Eternatus as well. No, not Eternatus. This one. What's it called? Enamorous. Oh, and well, yeah, okay. Enamorous. This form, one of the forms of Kubfu or Urshifu, I have not gotten. Maybe these fossil Pokemon from Galar. Yeah. Other than that, I think I've caught... I don't know if I evolved Poipole yet. Other than that, I've caught everything. Really. Maybe Silvally? I don't know if there's a way to get that other than events. So... yeah, that's interesting. Anyways, that's the dex overall. Probably don't need to go into each region because we just looked through them all, but I'll show the numbers registered for each region. Research tasks. So these are cool. It's like each area you have a task to like catch everything in that area. I actually really like this. This is so cool. Funny that it's not showing any there. I guess because I have to move them over from that game, which I have not done. Because it has to be actually from that game. So you can't, I guess you have to unlock more to really see them, but as you can see, a lot of the research tasks are left. Lots of fun to be had there. And I hope they add good support for Fire Red and Leaf Green also in this. That would be great. I don't know if they will because these are like newer games, but surely Legend ZA will be in here. Anyways, so it looks like we can't look at other specific challenges without the mobile version, which is crazy. They should definitely add that into this version because this is the main version. I'd rather not deal with the mobile version if I can help it. But let's take a look at the Pokemon. This is what we came here for, right? We're just going to do home. Takes a second to connect. There's a lot going on here. Trying to figure out the best spot to start. We'll just start here and go in order. So these are Go Extras. I kept them because Fulbebes are regional. At least the yellow one is America only. Red and blue are the other regions, so I just have extras because they're kind of rare. Probably don't need the white and orange ones, but these were just like extras where I transferred an extra one accidentally. Go Shinies. I usually keep them in Go, but this is a cool one because he's kind of hard to evolve. And I had an extra, so that's that. Annihilate. So these are all, I guess, extras where I transferred more than I needed to. I just haven't done anything with them. I might save them for like wonder trades or surprise trades or whatever. These are also rare regionals, like the red one is only in certain areas, the blue one's only in certain areas for Basculin. Throw is a specific region. Pan Sages, or the Pan Monkeys are specific regions. Cleavor's just kind of rare. Phalanx, not super rare. I think Durant's also a certain region. So is Sock. Throw. That's why I kept those. Unknown. Just working on a Go Unknown decks, which I have. I discovered that I've only not caught 5 of them so far. They haven't even released 2 of them, I think, or at least not widely available. So that's that. Okay, so now these are shinies from Paldea. So this is Scarlet shinies. A lot of my shinies are from Shiny Mass Outbreak events where the odds are boosted. But I also have a lot that are just random that I came across. So that's what this is. Might be fun if we can see the date, yeah. So we'll go through them one by one. This one, no, not that one. Cubchoo is one of the first random shinies I found. A lot of these are just Pokemon I need to evolve to get all the different Pokemon. Same thing for this box. Just trying to get the male and females for the variations. This is from Galar. This is just, I think, this is when I was just testing it out, like transferring to Home. It's like the first Pokemon I ever transferred, I think. Nothing special about it other than that. So, these boxes are way out of order now. Hisui, so I did move some from Arceus when I was doing some organizing. Hisui and Pokemon. Still figuring out exactly what I want to do with different dexes and things, but yeah, I was like out of space on Arceus, or running out of space, so I moved some over here and started working on a dex in home. So it's those. More Hisuian Pokemon. Okay, we got more shinies from Paldea. So this is really random orders, but some rare ones here. Pretty nice. Okay. So we'll go through these. More shinies from Paldea. So these Gimme Ghouls are when they had an event, and they're from raids only. And I have extras where the person was hosting the same raid over and over, and it's guaranteed to be shiny. If it's a shiny Pokemon, it'll be the same one because they're resetting the save. So, you know, these are kind of just extra. They aren't especially special in the way that they're so rare and I found it. You know, these are ones I joined and I wanted to get them, and they're limited time, so you don't really have a lot of time to hunt them. So I did want them, and they are legit, but it's like they're not as special as, you know, if I went and hunted them down myself. And if it wasn't a time thing, you know, then that would be an option, but it's just how it is. So that's those. And I got some extra in case someone else really wanted one, you know. That's why I got more than I needed. Machu. Okay. Peter. Yeah, you'll see a lot of funny names. So these are cool because you normally can't get the Alolan one. That was during a special mass outbreak event. I remember that. That was random. So yeah, if you kept up with the shiny mass outbreak events, you'll recognize a lot of these. Like these were ones that were featured at some point or another. Because I did all of them except I missed one for Flamigo. I think that's the only one I missed. I think Clefairy was the first one. And I do have a Clefable as well, which I already showed on Scarlet or Violet, because I trained it and I actually use it for raids. Oh wow, that's crazy looking. Wow, that white one was really something. More shinies from Paldea. Those ones I hunted. So these I actually hunted, not part of a mass outbreak. Well, it had their own outbreak, but it wasn't the shiny event one, so it took longer. These are extras, like I mentioned, just from trades, more of a backup, because I couldn't get my own. So these are not, you know, they might be cloned. Like there's no way to know. They were just kind of given away, so not too special there. More shinies from Paldea. Sandygast looks awesome. This is like the Christmas time one. Oh, here we go. First shiny I ever found in Scarlet. This was full odds. It was down in the crater towards the end of the game. I didn't think I was going to find a shiny. I was almost done with the story. And there it was. It's awesome. Cubchoo, also random. On Christmas. That was my second one. Chansey was my third one. Happiny. Don't really remember that one. This I shiny hunted. Tinkatink. It was my first shiny hunt in Scarlet. I was learning how things worked. I don't even know if I knew about setting up Picnic yet. I was just running around back and forth. That one took a while, but it was fun. Combi. Flabebe. This was early on. This was like the start of when I really got into shiny hunting. Because I was like, okay, there's a chance to get all these forms. It's a lot better of a chance because it was the shiny mass outbreak events for all the different colors, so you could find which color you need and then hunt it that way. I was like, okay, this is my opportunity, and I did it, and I got really into it. I had a lot of fun, and then I was like, dang, maybe this is for me, even though before I didn't think it was. So I got all of those Flabebes, and then they went even crazier with the Milcery. And I was like, oh man, there's like 64 different forms. And you know what I did? I caught them all. You can look at the dates, you can see like how many I caught per day. A lot on the 20th. I have to evolve them still. I was working on evolving normal ones. And then there's more here. It's like 2.5 boxes. I was working on evolving normal ones, but I didn't finish that. And you have to be careful because you have to evolve them in very specific ways. I think we got through them. Yeah. Here are the last ones. Now we've got normal ones. You'll be able to see which ones I evolved. Yeah, see, I did a bunch of them, but it's not done yet. There's more. There's more. So yeah, once I realized like I had done one of the biggest hurdles to getting a shiny form dex, shiny living form dex, I don't know, I was into it and I was enjoying it, so I've kept going and kept up with all the shiny mass outbreaks other than the Flamigo that I missed. So there you go, and then I have some of the Paldean Pokedex in here. Just putting them in order. But yeah, some of it's like spread out between the game and Home. I like Home because I feel like the Pokemon are safe in here. Whereas if my Switch died, my save is gone because they don't allow backup of cloud saves, even though most games do, but Pokemon doesn't, which is stupid. Yeah. I don't know if I already went through all these. There we go. Jolteon. Yeah, I have a lot of the shinies you can get in Scarlet and Violet. Magnezone. So you can see with the date, like a lot of these are from my original playthrough, catching them as I go Pokemon. Sandaconda. All Paldea. Halucha. Quillfish. Citadel. Yeah, organizing Pokemon takes time, so mine are only like partially organized, so it's just gonna be something I have to put some more time towards. I'm still just more focused on getting through the games. Kitakami decks, these are Pokemon from Kitakami. And I wish Home showed the differentiation and actually put where you met it, but it doesn't. So it's something you have to track yourself if you want to be specific about it. So I know I have like these completed, so I don't know where the rest of them are. I guess back in Scarlet, I think. We probably already went through them. They also might be in a section later on in some other boxes. But yeah, I just wanted to show my progress on all the games and do that now because I've been excited for the 30th anniversary and everything. And I didn't want to wait until after I sort them all because that's such a process and I'm probably not going to do it all at once. Okay, so here's Blueberry Academy, Blueberry decks. And you know, there's some crossover with, you know, some Pokemon are available in Paldea and Kitakami or the Blueberry, so it's, you can either get extras or maybe you make sure you get them from the specific regions. But like I said, it doesn't show it in here, so you have options of how you want to do it, you know? I don't know if I just went through that like twice. Araquanid. So is that how he normally looks? That blue is crazy looking. Guess so. So I actually lost track. I'm sure I go through all these. Scraggy. Yeah. One of the things was I wanted space on Scarlet because it was crowded in my boxes, so that was one of the main motivations to move them over here. Plus the, what's it? The shiny mythical reward if you do the whole dex. It's working on that. You gotta bring them in from that game specifically, so. Yeah. These are all just dex mons though, just for the dex. Base Scarlet Violet females, or maybe it's a combination of the dexes, I don't know. The different forms. Other forms, also from Paldea, all of them. Vivillons, still have a lot of them to go. Miniors, Flabébés, Iconrock, Floettes, Tatsugiri, Florges. There you go. The one Sliggoo, Hisuian Sliggoo. Event Pokemon. So my events from Scarlet I moved over. I feel like they're safer here. If I lost all my events at once, that would be really disappointing. I think I maybe missed one event in my region total, if that even. I have to really double check, but I've been good at keeping up with these. This one I think I actually used because this is the happy hour one for farming money. That one's nice. More events. These are just terror raids. Nothing special about those, really. I was considering trying to get every Pokemon from terror raids, but that would take a long time, and I'm just not sure. But I have some progress towards it if I decide to do it. More shinies from Paldea. Year of the Snake. It's last year, right? Yeah. Oh, that Slugma was so cool. It was a random one. Oh, that's not it. Pick-a-Peck, I might have... I can't remember if that was an event or if I just did that. More shinies. These are more shiny Gimme Ghouls. So I think the event came back around. So like I said, those are other people's raids that they hosted where they found shinies, and then they would just keep rehosting it so people can get in there and get it. So as long as you could find someone that had the raid, you could get them. And you know, I got some of them are different ones, but some of them are like I went in there more than once, just so I could have some extras. Because we just don't know if there will be more of these events or not. So I wanted to have some extras on hand in case other people wanted them for trades or anything. Or if I want to use it for other playthroughs or anything in the distant future. Okay, so let me grab a drink here. Throat's tired. Been doing these videos all day. So, this is my Go decks in Home. And the way I've been doing it is I evolve them in Go. None of them have been brought out of Home once they got here, so this is all stuff I did within Go, brought them over here. And I'm working on a full dex, and I gotta see if I have anything I can add in here because it's been a while since I worked on this. But I'll show you what I have so far. And if you play Go, you'll know that not every Pokemon has been released, but most from the first like 7 gens have been released. Even Galar, there was a good amount in the last year that they released, and some Paldea. Probably a lot of Paldea. I kind of got to see where it's at. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to try to do this collection. I do like Go. There's some cool things about it. There's some things I don't like about it, but it's its own interesting experience. And my partner plays with me, and that makes it a lot more fun. I think if I was playing alone, it wouldn't be as fun. I think it would still be a little bit of fun, but yeah, it's a lot better if you have someone to play with. So if you play by yourself, I don't know, I suggest you try to find somebody or a group or something to play with, because I think you'll have a lot better of a time. Level 2 Hypno, that's crazy. You can get low level evolved Pokemon in Go, which is funny. So I do have a lot of them. And in Go I have even more, because I only transfer over if I have extras, because I play Go and I like playing Go, so I want to have my collection in Go as well. So these are basically all extras. There's some rare ones like Mr. Mime is normally only in Europe. Tauros is America, so it's easy for me. Legendaries are in a way easy to get and in a way hard to get. You have to wait for the right week of the year, basically. And you know, a lot of legendaries you'll have a couple times per year opportunity, but some of them it's like once a year maybe, if that. Some of them, you know, it's been a more consistent, I feel like, the last few years, but it can be hard to get a specific Pokemon. If there's a specific Pokemon you're trying to get from any region, really, you might be waiting a while. So the reason I've been successful is just my consistency. And that's why I have so many of these. And I play the big events, so I do some community days, probably, I don't know. In the last year, I would say maybe I did 60% of them. I would go and play at least a little bit, maybe 70%. I try to do at least some. It was a little harder at the last place I lived. There weren't any stops nearby, really. Now I literally can reach a Pokestop from my house, so it's pretty nice. And there's a park across the street that has multiple, no gyms, but multiple stops and a power spot. So yeah, I do the big events though. I do Go Fest, I do Wild Area, and I do the regional tours, like they just had Kalos tour. I play those. And those regional tours really help with filling out the decks for the regions. So, you know, the first 6 regions, that's been a huge help on finishing off any of them. Mainly to get things like Heracross. This is normally not available in America, but been able to get it. yeah, the mythicals are the tricky thing because I want to keep them in Go, so I haven't moved any of them over here. And the only way I'd probably really do that is with like an alternate account, because I play Go and I want to keep them in Go. If Go was ever shutting down, yeah, I'd be on a rampage trying to transfer Pokemon out of there. Which they do have a limit right now. I would imagine if they were going to be shutting down, maybe they'd lift the limit or make it better. Yeah. It's fun. Not a fan of microtransactions and stuff like that, so I play the game as a free player, except for events. I'll get the ticket for events. I mean like real events, like Kalos Tour, Go Fest. Not just like, oh, here's a ticket for this random in-game event for the week or whatever. Like, I don't do any of those. But if I'm gonna go out and like walk around and be with the community, that's when I'm okay with getting a ticket. Because I'm paying for an experience, not for whatever rewards, not pay to win. So yeah, it takes to have a collection like this. It takes time as like a basically free player who only does events. It takes time. I mean, I could talk more about that on if I can go through Go, but basically I started when it came out. Didn't really find it that interesting. It seemed really simplistic. It only had Gen 1 Pokemon. So I was just like, whatever, and it didn't run well on my phone. So I was like, alright, whatever. Kind of neat. Didn't stay into it. Checked it out again in 2018 briefly because my friend was playing. There were obviously some changes by then, but I didn't get into it then either. And I knew I wanted to at least do Meltan and that stuff because Meltan and Melmetal are Go exclusive. And that's the only reason I'd want to play. But then in 2020, in the summer, I think it was, yeah, my sister was playing. And I said I would check it out when I got home. I got it updated and everything. And did a Weedle. No, it was on Weedle Community Day. I think that I started again, but I didn't do Community Day because it was after I got home. So it was later in that day. And then I think the first event was like the Bug Out event, and Ghastly Community Day I think was the first one of the Community Days I did. And, you know, I just gave it a chance. Go Fest was coming up in that summer as well, like soon after. And I just gave it a chance to play it beyond just the Meltan thing. And I liked it. I was like, dang, this game has a lot more depth now. So yeah, they did a good job at making it an interesting game. So here's some crazy ones. The Pan Monkeys are regionals. I can normally get the water one, but not the others. Just try to blast through these. Sock, normally I can't get. Like I said, in Unova Tour, I was able to get some stuff. Yeah, I gotta get more in here. But like I said, I even though I might have the Pokemon in Go, I'm not gonna transfer it into here unless I have an extra. So it'll take time to complete this. I'm not in a rush. I'm having fun with it. I've been playing for years. It's a good time. And I tried it. I think basically all of these are ones I caught myself. There are some that could be traded, but it would be like a mirror trade, like something I had already caught myself. I don't think there's any exceptions to that, so I try to do it all myself, you know. But I'm okay with the traded ones as well, but I would have to do a fair trade. Like, I don't want giveaways, you know. I don't want freebies. That would just ruin the experience of hunting down Pokemon and collecting them. Heatmore, that's another one I normally can't get. That's a good one. Genesect, that thing has haunted me. I've tried to get the shiny, because Go is the only game you can like hunt a shiny Genesect in. And I've done so many of those raids, only for free, as many as I can do for free, and I have not gotten it all throughout these years, so yeah. So we're getting through here. I know it's a lot to look at, but I enjoy it. Refreshing myself on what I have. There's so many, you can't keep track of it all in your head. You kind of can, maybe, but yeah, not really. So now we're in Alola, a region that I love. You know, I found out Sun and Moon are 10 years old this year, so it's pretty cool. It's crazy. I gotta replay. Or I gotta play Sun. I never played Sun. Got the Tapus. Yeah, Xurkitree. The Ultra Beast. Actually, Guzzlord's crazy as well. There it is. Meltan and Melmetal. Go exclusives. Well, yeah. They were for a long time anyways. Alright, taking a look at Galar now. I do have to get a Meltan and Melmetal in Let's Go. Never did that. I mean transfer into there, so that's the only way you can get them. These are kind of rare because they haven't been out as long. Same thing for these. They've had a few times. So now we're getting into Hisui. This one's hard to evolve. You have to wait for a full moon. Alright, Paldea. I definitely have gotten more Paldea Pokemon in the last year because they've added numerous. So I know this looks sparse, but I definitely have more available now. Maybe not extras, because I don't always save the extras. Because limited space on that game too, and hard to keep it organized if you don't transfer stuff. Gotta get Gimme Ghoul in here. Go female variations. Not in order. These are not in order. I guess that's where I stopped with my organizing. I was working on it, but I guess I just chucked those in a box. So these are like game regions. Like this is Galar, Alola. That's what these are. These Pokemon have gotten a little easier to get. A lot of them you can hatch in eggs. And some of them now you can actually find in the wild during certain events, so these are just more alternate forms from Go. I think the hardest part about this whole thing, okay, Furfrou, you can only do 3 trims in your region, and then the heart trim on Valentine's Day around there. So getting the other 5 is quite hard, but they just had Kalos Tour, and I was able to get some more of them. I'm going to have to do some trades to get the last one, I think. Pretty cool, though. Deoxys, you have to just get different forms in the raids. So I do have a Gimme Ghoul here. That's the roaming form one. You can't get chest form one from Go, so I would have to Well, I don't think you can change the form, so yeah, it's just not one that exists in the game as of now. These must be more females. Yeah. More regionals. These are like kind of rare, you know, but some, like I said, some you can hatch, and some they just show up during events, so you just kind of got to be playing at the right moment. More females versions of Pokemon. We have Unknown. I have most of them at this point. I gotta transfer a lot more in, it looks like. More female versions of Pokemon. If you're not familiar with female variations, basically, if there's a gender variation, they'll have they'll look different. There'll be something about them that looks different. These are extras. I got a Meltan. So these must just be ones I transferred. I wasn't sure if I already had it in here, and then I found out, oh, I do. So I'll probably maybe do like surprise trades or something with these, wonder trades, or trade them to friends if they want them, or anything like that. Same thing, more extras here. Especially if there's something rare. Like, I might just release them if they're not something rare, but like Tropius, that's a regional exclusive that I normally can't get in America, so... Same thing for Pansage. I think I got through them all. So that's what some of these extras are. Like Volbeat. One of these I normally can't get. Throw is my region, so it's like other people might need them. Toro, same thing as my region, so I can catch them and trade them over to people that might need them. So that's why I keep extras. Same thing with a lot of these. Either they're rare or like a regional thing. I think we got through them. Alright? Must have. Yeah. These are alternate forms again. So, different forms of Pokemon. Hoopa Unbound, that's pretty cool. This... Well... Shoot. I don't think there's a way to know which one's which once it's in here without bringing it into a game, so that's kind of annoying. It's a big one. Oh, there's the big one. Different size Punkaboos. Poor guys, same thing. Different color Floettes and whatnot. Clebebes, Florges. Alright, we got through them all. These are event Pokemon, like distributions you get from home for doing certain things. Melmetal, that's cool. So I don't have any of the shiny ones yet. I mean, as far as like the reward ones. But here's shiny Zeraora, that's cool. The only time you could get him, I think. Get it. This is, I think, an extra shiny Pami that I was going to trade away. This I got from my friend. It's an old event. Old event. 2013. Shiny Giratina. He had a second one. I said I didn't have a shiny Giratina, and he's like, hey, I can hook you up. These are more Go extras. I think we're back at the start. Ah, we did it. Okay. So that's Pokemon Home. Not the challenges. There are challenges, specific things like bringing in Pokemon with certain attacks. There's a lot more to do in Pokemon Home that for some reason they don't show on this version. Alright, round 2. I was trying to record this and the volume of the app, the game, was just so loud. So you could barely hear me. So this is Pokemon Home on the mobile. So we've got more stuff here. You can do trades. You can do your challenges. At least since I'm recording this again, I'll be able to blast through this a lot quicker. So really what we're looking for here, you can also view your battle data, but I don't really have any to show. I'll show what mystery gifts I got. So there's those. And then I have points. Here's my like little card that sticker card or whatever. Here's my overall Pokedex progress for bringing Pokemon from certain games into here. So a lot that can be done there. If we just go in here to the overall Pokedex, you can see. So even though I've caught almost every Pokemon in a game before, you know, there's still a lot I have not transferred in here. Okay. So we already checked the Pokemon on the main version of the game, so really what we're looking for here is the challenges. So we're going to do that. We'll do grades. So these are trade challenges. As you can see, I haven't done any of them. I got a little bit of progress for one. 50 times. Okay. Pokemon. So I have a lot of these just from random depositing. Like, I haven't worked towards any of these challenges. It's just stuff I got along the way so far. There are some tricky ones that require older games, so if Bank shuts down, some of these won't be obtainable unless they bring a lot of ports and compatibility to the Switch with older games. Like Yveltal from X or Y, it has to specifically be from that game. Other. These are just like miscellaneous things. Yep, just that. Okay, and the other thing I want to show is, well, we already kind of looked at that. Yeah, we'll start with abilities. Registering abilities and moves in Home. So here's abilities. Again, this is just stuff I got along the way. I haven't tried for any of this specifically. Abilities shouldn't be too hard. Moves are difficult because a lot of moves aren't used anymore. So you have to rely on older games and bringing Pokemon up from older games into here. So those are abilities, and then we've got moves. It's a lot longer list. If it has a little Pokeball by it, that means I've got it. If it's empty, that means I didn't get it, or I haven't registered it on Home. I've been recording these videos all day, trying to get this project done, just showing my progress on all the Pokemon games. It's been a lot. My throat's tired. But it's fun. It's nice to see all this all within a few days, because now I have a better idea of my direction going forward with Pokemon. It's definitely the series I've focused on the most in the last, like, 4 years or so. I play a lot of other games too, though. Another series that I'm really into. There's a different series I'm trying to 100%. Crash Bandicoot. Been working on that since 2017. And, yeah, kind of hit some hurdles with that, but gonna be getting back to it. But those are the moves. So that's my progress with Pokemon Home. Still a lot left to go. But, you know, most of that happens in the actual games. And then you just transfer stuff over. So, there we go. That's Pokemon Home, and I'm going to show Go next.